This is Compas Unfiltered, and I'm your host, Checo.
Who's your co-host, Noe? What up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Obviously, if you guys haven't, you got to subscribe to the YouTube and all of our social media. It's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All the links will be below. And we actually have a giveaway going on right now. We're going to announce the winner on the 28th of May, which is a Friday, the Friday before Memorial Day weekend.
For sure.
You got to take a screenshot of that you're subscribed to the YouTube, that you're following our Instagram, and that you're also liking the Facebook page. Send us those screenshots either on Facebook, on Instagram. You be checking the Twitter?
Yeah, I be checking it now since I be missing some messages, but I check it now. And don't forget that this guy runs the Snapchat too. So we got a Snapchat. You know the name?
We got the Snapchat. It's Compas Unfiltered. We'll link it below. Everything's
it'll be linked, but we got the Snapchat. Got the Snappy.
You see, so definitely take a screenshot of all that and send us those screenshots so we can put you into the raffle to win the 1 hour free de Tamborazo Cristalera. To the winner, I mean, we'll figure out the dates on but I think like last time también, if you win and you're out of state, Cristalera ain't going out of state. But
for 1 hour?
Nah, we ain't going out of state for 1 hour. But we'll figure something out. We'll still include you, and we'll either have to pick another winner or something. We'll figure something out, though.
For sure.
For our out-of-state listeners. So today, we have a topic. We're talking about life, you know?
Yes, sir.
And tenemos aquí a mi primo. I haven't seen in a minute. And me da gusto tenerlo aquí after a while. Yeah, saludos. My primo Lazaro. Welcome to Compas Unfiltered, primo.
Thanks for having me here.
Welcome, compa.
Gracias.
So, we're going to be talking about life, bro. You've had a couple of rough last few years.
Yes.
Is that fair to say? Understatement, or is that?
No, it's not understatement. It's fair to say.
So, we're going to be talking, my cousin Primo was incarcerated.
Perfect word.
Incarcerated for a few years. I don't know how deep you want to get into, like why, or let's just start off, bro, like more so a little bit of your upbringing, you know what I mean? Just kind of like where you came from and what part of, you're from Chicago, we're all from Chicago, so like what part of the city you grew up in, and just a little bit about that, bro. So,
well, I was born in Houston, Texas. You guys didn't know that. Then we moved to Chicago, Humboldt Park. Been there most of my life. Been there for more than 33 years now. So that's where, my stomping grounds are at Humboldt Park.
Yeah.
Literally. Stomping.
Stomping. Caught a couple stompings, then stomped a couple people. So, yeah.
For sure.
And what high school did you go to?
I went to Roberto Clemente.
The
best high school.
I don't know about that, primo.
If you want drama and bullshit, go to Roberto Clemente.
Yeah.
It might not be the same now, but it was before.
That shit used to be crazy, bro.
Oh, yeah, it used to be lit.
It was on some wild shit?
Yeah. Fights all the time. They had to knock out all the lockers in the back because people used to fight, and between the lockers would block up the way so the security guards wouldn't get there. So between the lockers, they're just fighting for like 2-3 minutes straight. Security couldn't get in there because there was so many students. Yeah, it was reckless.
Damn. Stabbing, shootings, or todavía no?
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything?
Yeah.
Did I know when you were going in, they had already put like the metal detector.
Oh, yeah.
And that was that already in like your freshman year?
Yeah, that was there. Metal detectors, all of that.
Damn. So I mean, that's how you know it was.
Yeah, it was rough. Metal detectors. Still with metal detectors, people were still fucking bringing in guns and shit like that. People were smart. They'll just fucking jump the fence over the gym and open the door and go inside the gym and fucking go inside the locker room and the swimming room and put their shit away in there.
What about security though? Where they were on some?
They were from the neighborhood.
So they let some of that shit slide too, no?
Of course. They were from the neighborhood,
Yeah. I mean, and typically if you're cool with somebody, bro, they let you ride. You know what I mean? Like,
they used to let us go. They used to let us go out and like, hey, I'll bring you some Subway. We had the Subway right there. I'll bring you a Subway sandwich. Let us go out. They'll have the door open for us, boom, popped open. As soon as they come back, here's a sandwich, boom, go back inside.
Damn, they're almost prepping you for prison, bro.
They did a good job. Thank you.
Shout out to them.
That's crazy, bro. And plus, obviously, when you were in there, you probably got involved in shit that gangs and whatnot, or?
Well, no. Well, yeah, not too much in school, but yeah, it was a little bit of everything, you know. Yeah, led to me being incarcerated, I guess, you know.
Yeah, because honestly, bro, like from us, I mean, I don't want to say from like everybody from the family, you know, but I thought you were like the one that was gonna make it out the hood type shit, you know.
I am out the hood.
Nah, you know what I mean though, pretty much like because I want to say you had something, bro, where you came out on TV, something with like NASA or some shit like that. It was some. You're smart, bro.
Yeah,
you're a smart ass dude, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm still smart.
You know,
I'm out now and I'm alive, right?
Eso sí, gracias a Dios.
Yeah, you know.
Elaborate a little bit on that. Like, what was up with that on TV? NASA, what's going on right now? You the next Elon Musk or some shit?
Nah. The Paisa Musk.
SpaceX?
No, we went to there was a program that they had right there that we were building rockets and flying them out. We used to go to Sheboygan every year, freshman, sophomore, and junior year. They had a program we used to build rockets and fly them out in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. And then they picked the school. Well, of course, for the, you know, for NASA, they picked like the lowest, whatever, the ghetto school, I guess. That's what they did, you know. And they invited our team to go over there. And they flew us over there for free. And we got to see a space shuttle launcher and everything over there in NASA. Damn. Got behind the scenes, back axis. It was pretty good. We went to the gravity room and everything. We were all floating in the air.
That sounds dope, man.
Hell yeah.
It was fun. And
that's badass.
Then shit hit the fan.
Yeah. But I mean, you also got like a scholarship, no, and everything, bro.
Yeah. No, and then I went. I actually got a scholarship to study marine biology in the Bahamas over there too. Yeah, and I studied marine biology for a whole summer through Shed Aquarium. Yeah.
Damn. So you were doing things, bro. And then shit got more interesting on the other end, or what?
Yeah, I did. Got my distraction, you know. I guess.
But you also had you were part of that one group, bro. I forget what it was called. The Semillitas?
Oh, the dancing group. Yeah,
that shit was dope, bro.
What is this? What is
a
this?
dancing group.
They like what? Not quebradita like this food,
no,
right?
folkloric group.
Oh, folklorico?
Yeah,
folklorico. I just started, dude.
Yeah.
Órale,
that's
Simón.
a little bit of everything, you know.
Oh, that's badass. So you know you still remember that? Or nah?
Yeah, it's
Don't
like
start
riding a
crip
bike.
walking here for like, I still remember it, like crip walking shit. Sí se acuerda bien todo.
Yeah.
Damn. How long did you do that for?
Couple of years too. I did it for more than 7 years. Something like that, yeah.
Damn.
Growing up. Yeah, it was good though. I learned how to dance, you know.
¿Ese grupo todavía existe o ya no?
No. The lady passed away. The director passed away, and they left it to her niece or her granddaughter, and then
it didn't go as well. And this is all things that were in the neighborhood, bro.
Everything was in the neighborhood.
That's dope. See what I'm saying, bro?
Things are available. Is this you got to know the resources are there. It's just people don't.
Yeah. That's dope.
It's because también like maybe some of that stuff like it's not cool. You know what I mean? Maybe to some.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's like I ain't gonna go dance. I'm not gonna go do this or whatever. So it's like. But I mean, I thought that shit was dope. We would go to some of his shows and I'd be like, man, these motherfuckers are like pros, bro.
Thanks to them, I know how to dance now. You know, I'd be dancing with all the primas. Hey, the cotillions come up. Hey, what up? I'll be like, damn, gotta put we're dancing with all of them. We're dancing tonight.
You gotta make a list.
That old school zapateado.
All that.
Real. That's dope, man. That's real dope. And it sounds like, man, I was telling this guy when we did an episode about, just growing up in the hood, bro. There's so many things that happen in the hood, bro, that you don't get the experiences living in the burbs, bro. And you just gave a few examples, man, of like, they do reach out and try to help, maybe not in every way possible, but you know what I mean? Like, a lot of positive things happen in the hood too.
Yeah, a lot of positive things. It got this confidence, bro. It's
whatever you take with it, right?
Yeah, it's whatever you take with it,
For sure.
So at what point was it, bro? Like when I guess you wouldn't say like shit started going kind of downhill or shit was not.
Or uphill, depending on where you look at it.
It went uphill for me. I don't know about you. No, walking down the street, and then seeing everybody out there, the way from and back from school, just walking on the street, seeing other guys out there, like, oh, look at what they're doing. They're pretty cool, and then one thing led to another, and shit, I never looked back after that, I don't regret everything I did because, I wouldn't have been where I'm at right now,
Right.
You can't regret it. Yeah, it was bad decisions I made, but, I learned a lot of lessons during my bad decisions, And that's every human, there's some of their mistakes, and I learned,
So there's really no regret, bro. Do you always feel like something's gonna catch up with you, or nah? That's not even like the type of karma you think of. Like,
Well, if it did, it would have.
so it's past. Ya pasó lo que pasó,
yeah,
pasó.
Yeah. Maybe something later on, see some puto in the club. Hey, look at that motherfucker right there. Get into a little scuff and shit like that. But
But nothing major. Que digas,
nothing,
man, I gotta always look over.
It caught up
my
to me
shoulder.
already. I went to the feds.
For sure.
Yeah,
well, that's
I went
facts.
to the feds. I graduated. I went to college.
Hey, did you go to college in there? Did you
No,
do
that's the same.
No, I know that. But I'm saying, did you do anything in there?
They took that program. They before back in the days before I think it was a little before the 90s. They took all that away. You could
Oh,
go to
shit,
college
I didn't
and
know
do
that.
everything. But I actually did go inside. I actually did take a construction university course in there, and I actually got a university little certificate, and I got credits for it too in there for construction.
Oh, that's better. So you did some.
Yeah.
All right, but no, I knew that
I
was the
just stay
thing.
under- I
Que se
just-
fue al colegio, you know? Yeah.
I had to stay under the radar in there. I fuck around a lot in there, so I had to stay under the radar. Like, hey, yeah, look at he's programming, he's doing good. He's using the wall phone, you know. The wall phone is the pay phone, if you didn't know.
No, I mean, it sounded pretty. I was picturing it. I was like, the wall phone is.
Yeah, the wall
I've seen it
phone.
on TV. I've seen that shit on TV.
Yeah, because you know when I was in there, you know, if you know people had cell phones in there, you know, so but you have to use the wall phone to, you know.
Para despistarla.
Yeah, you know, like oh he's, you know, but people that don't use the people, there's a lot of people in there that don't even think about it, like constantly on the phone, and they're like, man, let's go search his room, and then pop goes the weasel.
But then a lot of people también, they don't talk to anybody, right? I mean, I got a
Yeah,
few friends
there's
that
a
are,
lot of- yeah.
that are in jail. They're like, as soon as they went in, bro, like they don't want to contact with anybody, bro. They're like,
Well,
they don't even
that's-
want to see people.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is sometimes. Like when I went in there, it's like when I first got in there, it was sour, bitter. But you know, when I got in there, it's like when you're talking on the phone, the first, you know, with your woman, my girl and my kids, is like I'm out here talking to them. Like I'm in there, but I feel like I'm out here. But once I hang up the phone, it's like they don't exist to me. And that's just the mentality I kept in there, you know, and it kept me going. That's how I did my time in there, you know. Like once I hang up the phone, it's like it's blank, you know. It's like I'm in here. This is my life in here. It's not out there. So I can't control whatever happens out there. You know, it was like once I hung up the phone, like boom, back to this shit. Let's go. You know.
Did it take you time to?
Nah.
Nah, it was you snapped into that mode right away.
You had to. You can.
You see in the people suffering because they don't switch into that mode.
Yeah, a lot of people were
Torturing themselves and shit.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people were in denial too. Like, oh, I got 10 years, I got whatever years, whatever. And just like, just do your time and just let it go. You know, you can't hold that shit. You know.
To bring it back, bro, like, do you want to talk about like how you ended up in there, or you don't want to touch that right
Well,
now?
we could touch bases. We won't say names, you know, because. But I used to be the way they're making me seem. People want to Google it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Like the #1 gun distributor in Humboldt Park, you know. That's how they made it seem. You know, they always make it seem like I was the bad guy, which I was, I guess. Put a lot of guns out there in the neighborhood. But, I was out there selling guns. And a family member of mine, will keep the name disclosed, you know. And they asked for a favor. They told me that they had cancer and that they needed to buy the pills. And I used to sell my guns on the side and do my shit around. I didn't really necessarily need his help or whatever, you know. But he asked for help, and I lent him a hand in favor, helping him out. And one thing led to another. I'm in a CVS, meeting him up in a CVS, and I had a grudge feeling, like, you know, I'm like, damn, there's a fucking van right there. Like that van looks
Sus.
it looks suspect. And then I'm like, when I'm talking to him, I'm like, he starts saying like, oh yeah, when I'm about to leave, I got the guns, whatever. He's like, oh, where can I get a good Italian beef? I'm like, you know, Boston's. You know that already. So he said, where can I get a good Italian beef? So when he said it the second time, I'm like, fuck you. I already knew what it was. And then ATF, everywhere. Boom.
So that was like the key word
That
for
was the
them.
key word,
yeah. Is that what you call it? I don't
yeah,
know.
it was the key word.
But this is after a few times already, right? So it wasn't like the first time.
It wasn't the first time, but this was the time because they could never seen no control buys or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they actually had to get me buying from an agent to give me, you know,
Time.
to give me time to get a case.
They always want to build the case real solid, bro.
Yeah.
Just in case you get a good lawyer, it doesn't slip up,
I had a
right?
good lawyer too, so but yeah, they got me because of that.
So as soon as he said that, though, you knew.
Yeah, I said fuck it, and I tried to walk off, and then
Did you say anything to him?
I said, fuck you. I already knew what it was. You know, it is what it is, you know. They got me, but, you know, but que se puede hacer uno, you know. I already knew what it was. I'm like, fuck, you know. And then they grabbed me, and then they're like, oh, we have a search warrant for your house. So they try to go to my girl's house, and I'm like, well, there's nothing there. I'm like, my address is not there to my ID. Like, my address is over here by my mom's house, you know. I stay with my mom. So I'm telling them to go over there because I had everything over there. You know, you want anything, it's over there. They didn't want to go over there, pendejo. They went to my girl's crib. They didn't find shit. Everything was at my mom's house. So when I got out, everything was gone already, you know. Yeah, but that's how I got my
even
case.
then, they didn't listen. They probably thought you were trying to build a diversion, right?
Yeah, no, and I gave them the keys to the house. Like here's the keys. Here's the front gate key. Here's the front door key. Here's all the keys.
Yo, and even after they went and searched your girl's crib and found nothing, they didn't think like, oh, damn, like, let's go search mom's crib. Oh.
They didn't have a search warrant for that.
Oh, so they were fucked already. Yeah, valió.
Yeah. They had to build the case build, you know,
based on that.
The CI being him, you know what I'm saying, told him everything. Like, he assumed everything that was going to stay there, you know what I'm saying? And come into the front, lead to the back. That's how it was. I never kept in there nothing in a minute. Like, literally, come into the front door, boom, I'm walking out the back with it. Somebody's already in the back here. Take this from me, you know? So they assumed that all, you know,
Que estabas ahí guardando.
Yeah, guardando todo. They swear I had like a fucking 40, 80 guns in there. They came in, they didn't find not even one.
God damn. And I'm assuming that helped the case, no?
Oh, yeah. They really... Because when I was getting sentenced, the lawyer mentioned it, that it was family member that did it, and then the judge is all like, well, how many guns did you guys recovered from all these guns that they allegedly bought from the CI, you know? And that's what kind of made me look good because, you know, the state's attorney was like, well, none. The judge like, what? Like, yeah, so you're saying that you sold all these guns to this guy.
And then recovering.
Didn't recover none. You know? So that's what tells you right there, too. That's another thing that there's no way in hell I was going to be able to get AK-47s, you know, Draco, all these guns, you know, specialized guns, you know, and put in the streets. Who put them in my hand? The feds did. And they put them out there. And they didn't recover not one. Why?
Business as usual.
Business as usual. Put them in Humboldt Park. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
They didn't recover not even one gun that you know, that I allegedly sold, you know? I didn't recover one gun at all. And that's when the judge said, like, well, who's the, what you mean you didn't recover none, you know? And then he's like, well, who's the real criminal here?
Holy crap. He said that?
Yeah.
In court.
In court, like, who's the criminal? And then that's when he said, well, who's this guy, the CI guy? And then he's like, well, I want to follow up on his case. I want to see when he gets sentenced. Make sure you guys let me know when his case is coming up. You know, but...
Damn, that's crazy.
Long story short, he didn't do no time.
But you had a good judge, or it sounds like, bro.
Yeah, my judge was pretty. He was good. You know, he was fair. He went by the book. You know, and like he said, you know, he was just like wondering, like, you know, all these guns are saying, you're making this guy out to be a bad guy. Like, but these guys didn't recover. These guys are giving out these guns out there. You know, and
they should have been able to recover what they put in your hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
They didn't recover not even one gun out of the 100 or 300 guns they said that they sold to me. Not even one gun.
That's wild.
Yeah, you know, so I guess that favored me in a little bit, you know.
Yeah. How much time did you end up, or?
I did almost like close to 4 years. I did like 3 years and like 11 months almost. Yeah.
But when he sentenced you, how much time did you have before you have to turn yourself in?
Probably a couple of months.
Oh, they didn't take you in right away? Like,
I got sentenced in July and I turned myself in October 16.
So they gave you a little bit of time too.
Yeah, to be with the family and whatever, you know.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's not usually the case though,
Yeah,
right?
well, actually, when he reached out to my lawyer and said, well, you know, the holidays are around the corner. If you want to stay out for the holidays, you know, he could stay out. I should have fucking said, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I should have stood out for the holidays because I figured, like, I turned myself in, I'll be out for the holidays in 2020, which that wasn't the case. They kept me in there longer. Because of COVID, yeah.
Damn.
Yep, they gave me an extra 44 days in there because of COVID.
So how was that first night, bro, being in there?
Tell you the truth, the first night I knocked out. I was so tired.
Stressed,
tired, you know, being with the kids, the whole ride over there. They took the ride with me over there. I was so tired. I knocked out till like I rolled over and I almost fell out the fucking my hand landed on the bunk bed. It's a little space right there. So my hand landed on there. So when I turned, I nearly dislocated my shoulder. That's when I realized I'm in jail.
Oh, shit.
I'm not in my mattress.
Hell no, not with them thin ass mattress they got in there, bro.
No.
Oh man.
No, they're horrible. Yeah, those matches are not the best in the world, you know. But yeah.
Serta?
Yeah, yeah, sort of. It's sort of. Yeah, but that's when I realized I'm like, oh man, and I woke up, I'm like, oh yeah, this is life right now. Till I get out, I guess.
Got wild. Yo, real quick question. When you were in court, bro, you're all suited up and shit?
Yeah, suited and booty.
All right, for sure.
Had to
Cool.
be.
All right, bet.
That didn't help though.
No, it didn't help. Oh, I had another backup question to that too. You feel like if you were white, it would have been a different sentencing?
Of course.
Different sentencing for
yeah,
sure?
I was in there with a lot of people with the same case. You know, and they got less severe time. And, you know, like, not only my case, but like other cases, you know, with like conspiracies, drug conspiracies, and, you know, people, you know, everybody, you know. That's one thing. When you go in there, you just keep to your... You don't want to let everybody know because there's always fucking snitches in jail. They're trying to get time reduced for their sentence in there. You'll be surprised. Especially anywhere, especially in the MCC. Like, people are in there, you're fighting your case. You tell them something, they'll go and fucking go to you know, SIS and tell them, oh, I got some information. Try to get their sentence reduced. So that's one thing, you know, that...
Yeah, you just want to keep it to yourself.
To yourself, whatever. But there's a lot of people that are like, man, this guy did the same thing I did, but... Fuck, they gave me 10 years. They gave that motherfucker fucking 3 years.
Y usualmente eran los güeros que tenían menos tiempo. So,
yeah,
we talked about that también, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We did an episode.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen. It came out today. Oh shit, it came out today.
Yeah, today.
I should have airbrushed my face white. Put some blue contacts. Lazaro, Salas. You're not white.
No, we did an episode though last week that came out today. We were talking about what had happened with Adam Toledo.
Yes, sir.
The little kid that got shot.
Yeah.
So we were talking about that and talking about like race and like, you know, like mass shootings and shit like that, where it's like, you know, you got people that go out there and shoot kids, and you know, they're going to schools, they're going to movie theaters, and it's like, and it's a completely different outcome that comes out, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were going more towards that on that last episode.
Yeah, it is true though. You know, this is not the same. You know, they shot a white boy like that. What would happen? Everybody would be up there
outraged
in DC and shutting the government down, and you know what I'm saying. It would have been a whole different perspective. You know, it's a whole different story then.
Yeah.
But
so do you want to tell us a little bit more about any of that stuff that went down in while you were in prison, bro?
Well, it was at first it was just getting to know the area, getting to know who in there. It's different when you're in there because 424 is Chicago. That's our number. So you got your federal number. Your last three numbers is where you're from. So, you know, I'm not gonna say my number, but the my last three numbers were 424. That means you're from Chicago. And then like 069 means Puerto Rico. And I think 091 means like Wisconsin or something like that, or Minnesota or something like that. So like once I knew that the 424, you're just looking for other 424s in their uniforms. You're like,
para conectarte.
I'm
from Humboldt Park.
Like, I'm from the city. And that's how really it was. You know, everybody from the city stuck together, you know. Everybody, you know, whether you were Latin folks or you were with running with the Paisas or you were with the Kings or whatever, you know, if you were 424, then, you know, you knew you're somewhat like, you know, we're from Chicago, you know, we're all one in here, you know.
Ahí so, no era de, hey, we roll with the Kings, we roll with these, we roll with that.
Well, it was always politics in there, but no, it was like Midwest gang type shit, you know, like everybody everybody stays connected, you know.
How do you feel about that, bro? Because knowing like, all right, dude might have shot one of your homies and shit, but yet in there it's like, hey, we got to stick together.
It's politics, yeah.
That's how it goes.
I think in county it's still like that, though. No,
in county is different. In county is different.
You still run up on somebody real
I
quick?
did state time too. So in county was different. In county, when you're in there, it's one love, which is if you're running to the 6, your folks, you all run together, and if you're running to the 5, which is your Latin King or vice or whatever, you all the opposite, you know, and that's you don't affiliate with each other at all. But in the feds, it's more like, you know what I'm saying?
More controlled?
It's more, you got more people that are mature. You don't got a bunch of little squinkles in there, you know what I'm saying? You don't got a bunch of mocosos in there, you know? You got people that are You're in there for a reason.
Serving time or trying to get out.
You were doing something that you're in there. That's why they call it college.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you did state time también.
I had caught my first case years ago, way time. I did some time in county, not state time. Let me rephrase that. I did some time in county, so I knew how the whole game banging, the whole politics was different in there than it was in the feds. Way different.
What'd you do back then, bro? Did you steal a fucking rocket or qué pedo? Motherfucker took some from NASA and shit. Caught a case back then, dude?
I don't think that would have been county, bro.
No, I would have been with the Oklahoma bomber over there in Florence somewhere.
You want to talk about that or nah, not that one?
Nah.
Like, not that one. We'll skip that one.
All right.
Yeah, but it was different, you know. Once you get in there, you get assigned to a job. You got to work. You know, you can't just not be there. It's like you got to wake up in the morning. That's one thing that was most annoying. Like you got to wake up for count. You have no, you know, like you got to wake up for count. You got to shower at a certain time. You got to be in your room at a certain time. You know, it's just like all your freedom is taken away from you. So it's like all snatched all in one day. You know, you're like, oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's something you got to get accustomed to, you know. So my luck, they put me in the kitchen, which I'm a cook out here. So I got in the kitchen. So, you know, I started serving in the line, serving the people in the line, the inmates in the line. And, you know, little by little, I started, you know, knowing people. And it's crazy because the currency in there is stamps. Like, you know, the mailer stamps, that's currency in there. That was our money in there. So 20 stamps would be one book, which would be like, that's $6. So you'll be riding around with big paquetes of stamps everywhere. Like, you know, that's your cash in there, you know. And, excuse me, little by little, you know, I started getting around. Like if you needed it in the kitchen, you needed like an onion or a bell pepper. It'll cost you 5 stamps. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you start getting in the kitchen. You start getting food out there. You know, people bring it out. The cooks that are in there, they start bringing out. You bring out roast beef, chicken. So you start getting to eat better in there. You know, and that's one thing I learned in there right away because I knew the kitchen and I'm like, hey, you know, I even had my own waffle maker in there.
So you was doing it.
Well, not necessarily doing it, but yeah, the people that I cook for, shout out to my 424 people, they know I used to cook a lot in there. I used to make my pizzas from scratch in there and sell them, you know.
I seen some of the snaps. I was like, damn, primo, he's throwing down, bro.
Like I was in there smoking too, you know. It's just everything is in there, you know.
Todo está ahí.
Todo está ahí. You know, there was weed in there. There was fucking... Hasta encontraron pinche ice allá adentro. They shut down the gym theater because I found fucking an ounce of ice inside the theater.
An ounce of ice?
Yeah.
That's wild, bro.
So they shut down the theater. They had took it away before I got shipped out to the low. They took it away for a whole year. They shut it down completely.
Damn.
And how does all that work, man? How does all that shit get in there?
Well, they had runners. People just throw the bags over and people were like, you know, there's always tecatos everywhere, you know. They're in there for years, whatever. You be like, hey, here, just go get this bag. I'll give you some money, you know. They'll just throw the bag over the fence and people will just run and get them and bring them back to the unit.
Real quick.
Quick. Yeah, but they'll see it in the camera, then they'll rush in it. But by the time they rush in there, everything got...
So they're not quick enough?
Not quick. Well, sometimes you throw a dummy bag too, you know. You throw 2 bags. You leave one there for them to find, you know. So they're like, oh, they did the job. And then they're like, yeah, y'all did your job, you know.
Kind of like the cartels, man.
Yeah,
at the border.
Yeah, you always give one up, you know. You gotta give them something, you know.
That's crazy, bro.
That is really wild, bro.
Yeah, but it was when I first got there, I was like, fuck it, I'm in here. I started smoking weed and eating fucking oatmeal pies, flaming hots, pops every night, and then I'm like, man, fuck this. I gotta start working now. I can't be eating all this shit at nighttime. It'd be like I'm downstairs like 11:30 at night, just fucking eating a bunch of junk food. I'm like, man. Because all you do is in there is watch TV or be on a cell phone, you know? So like then after a while, like, nah, fuck that. And that's before I got a job, because you have to go through orientation before they assign you to a job. You know, so once I got the job was, you know, that they put me in the kitchen, like, fuck. My whole system changed. Like, I can't stay up all night watching TV. I got to wake up early in the morning.
What time did you have to wake up?
Shit. I had to be over there before noon count. So 10 o'clock in the morning, that's pretty early for me. I was on vacation.
10 o'clock in the morning. And that was every day.
Yeah. But then, like I told you, I took that university course, and that was like a 9-month course. So I had to be over there. I got to be down the hill over there at the education program at 7 o'clock in the morning. For 9 months, I did that program. That was like, ugh. But yeah, still busy all the time. I was always moving around. After I get off of work, I had my whole schedule that I literally go go to class. From class, come back to the room, change real quick, go to work because you have to wear all white to go to work in the kitchen working. Put my whites on, go to work. After work, I'll get off like around 6 o'clock, 6:30. Whatever I took from the kitchen, because everything's a hustle. Whatever you snuck out the kitchen or that they gave you, go sell it. Whether it was chicken, roast beef, vegetables, whatever, you go out, boom, go sell it.
You already had your custies?
Yeah, they were everywhere. They were
regulars.
People get mad. Hey, so like, hey,
sorry, bro.
Can't, And then it's like being in the streets. You already had your clientele set up, and they were always loyal. So then I'll get out of there, and then I'll go straight to go take care of them, whatever they needed, give your stamps, then go put them away. And then by the time it was already almost 8 o'clock, go to the gym, work out from 8 to 9:30. 9:30 is recall.
That's a good workout, bro. From 8 to 9:30?
Yeah.
Cardio, pinches, push-ups?
Nah, just all weights.
All weights?
All weights. And then it'll be, depending on what day it was, because sometimes all the paisas would be like, oh, we're playing they used to play volleyball every Saturdays.
That shit's fun, right?
Well, at first, it was fun playing volleyball every Saturday, and then every Wednesday we play soccer too. So like some of those days, I'll just tell everybody like I'll go straight from the kitchen straight to the gym. I have my bag ready, boom, going straight to play soccer in there. And then the summertime we get to play softball outside every Tuesday and Thursday. So it was always busy. It was always being busy. Like
so time didn't seem like it was going real slow for you.
Well, it went slow for a lot of people that didn't do shit. They wanted to be. It's a lot of people that were just in the unit all day, every day.
Yo, when you say paisas, what do you mean by that? Like people are illegals or pinche like paisas like that were like drug dealing?
Hold on. Real quick. We gotta get in that sponsorship.
Oh, before we deep in this.
I gotta cut you over. Real quick, word from our sponsor.
Lumbre Mix. Shout out to our sponsor, Lumbre Mix, some of the best michelada mix around.
They also have chamoy for all your beverage rim needs in 3 flavors: original, mango, and watermelon. Put that thing on everything.
Also, for all the candy lovers, they have watermelon gummies and peach rings. It's a mix of gummy candy with chamoy. Just fire.
Now follow all of their social media to see what store is near you.
Y que no se apague la lumbre. So we back. Yeah, so I was asking you about the paisas because you keep saying like, oh, cuando andamos con estos or los paisas or whatever. What does that mean exactly?
Everybody's the clique. Everybody got their own clique. The Latin folks, the peoples. You know what I'm saying? You got your güeros, your white gang, and then you have your paisas, which were all the Mexicans that were claiming paisa. Necessarily, the paisa is supposed to be born in Mexico. Mm-hmm. They're the only one you could claim paisa, but over there they were just like anybody who was Mexican were paisas. Those were all the paisas, that didn't claim gangs. They were just Mexicans. They were their own little clique. It was the paisas.
Oh, okay. Whenever you were saying that, I thought like maybe era gente que era chaca, narcos or ex-narcos or some,
No, but well, most of them were, everybody in there's not in there for not doing nothing.
For sure.
Everybody in there did a bunch of bad things,
Yeah, for sure. You got to meet any interesting paisas?
I actually met a couple of people in there.
Good.
Yeah, I met a couple of people. As a matter of fact, when I was at the camp and then I got caught with a cell phone in there. And right before Thanksgiving, I got caught with a cell phone. And they sent me to the hole. I stood in the hole for like 41 days. Matches was like that thin. And then I got shipped to Olo, Sandstone. I got shipped to Olo over there. And when I got over there, it was different. Because over there in the camp, you don't see it's just people with like non-violent crimes. When you go to the low, it's a whole different ballgame. A bunch of chomos, which means pedophiles, and sex offenders. A bunch of over there was more politics than it was in the camp. Over there it was always shit going on over there, always.
So I was gonna ask. Good thing you brought that up because I was gonna ask. Because every time we do hear about like pedophiles and shit like that, we're like, man, hopefully once they go in, bro, like hopefully they get it. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, I got a couple of stories. Sometimes it's like, like they as soon as I got in there when we did intake, the SIS comes and interview you. What do you ride with? Who you with? You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, I'm here. I'm Latin folks, whatever. Like, well, I just need you to do 2 things: don't use drugs. And don't whoop on my chomos. I'm like,
and
what?
Don't whoop on my chomos?
And don't whoop on my chomos.
That's
Emphasize
crazy.
that like they were protected over there, because they always get treated in there, So I'm like, what the fuck does he mean, And then when I got back when I got settled into my unit, then I knew what it was, like you know, people were just getting, you know, chomos get wood for free, you know, like, I'm not gonna lie, one day I was I'm walking in, motherfucker coming out the shower, I know he a chomo, I just fucking took off on him, fuck him, he ain't shit, you know, especially when you hear the stories what these fucking sick fuckers do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Here's a question for you, bro. With the chomos, dude, hay más güeros, hispanos, de todo, it's like a mix of it, or you see more of a certain race with it? Like,
It was mostly all güeros. It was mostly all güeros. I never seen a Mexican chomo. Where I was at, there was no Mexican chomos at all. So, you know, or
I mean, I'm sure they're out there. I just was wondering,
yeah,
like,
they're
what the
there,
ratio
you
was.
know,
You know what I
but
mean?
yeah.
Like.
But it was either mostly all white. Like 80% was white, and then the other 20 probably mixed up. You know, but it was a couple of black people that were, you know.
And what? Any other like worst stories that you heard? Like one of these guys did or whatever.
Well, I heard a story. The guy that I whooped his ass was what this guy was doing was he was you will see this guy, you're like a typical white guy, you know what I'm saying, like walking around my cousin's house right here, white guy right here, suburban guy, you know. What this guy was doing was he used to throw a lot of parties for his kids and shit. He was buying all the little, you know, he had 2 sons, inviting all his little kids, all his little friends over. You know, he used to always have jumping houses, and this is stories that I heard that, you know, that I know they were true, and you know, and they're like, and he would be molesting all these little kids every party, you know, and then I guess one of the little kids, you know, squealed off on him, and he used to just molest and rape all these little kids, you know, that would come over to the kids' party, then, you know, he'll just bribe them, like, oh, leave them over, we got jumpy house, we got a clown, we got food, whatever, you know, like I said, he looks, white suburban guy, you're like, oh, look, he looks harmless the whole time he's over here molesting your kid, you know.
Damn.
They gave his ass like 47 years.
Shit.
47 years in the ass whooping you gave him.
Well, yeah, that, and not counting the ones that came before that too. But yeah, there was a lot of sick people. There was another guy in there that he fucking he used to take pictures of his daughter, of his little fucking newborn daughter, and sell them online.
What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, take pictures of her new daughter and then sell them online. It was a lot of sick stories. That's why, like, you know, I was gone for, you know, like the time that I was gone, when I came to my daughter, I was like, look, you're not going nowhere. There's so many sick people in this world. Like, you would be like, you didn't even suspect it. Like, you look at the, like, what the fuck is this guy here? White collar? Like, nah, this motherfucker he's a sick motherfucker, you know?
Yeah. So that was one. Go ahead, bro.
I was just saying, would they walk around like they felt like they were protected, or were they like walking around like, fuck, man?
They know what it was. They know what it was. Like, as a matter of fact, when we had when the pandemic hit, you know, because all the phones were available to everybody, but when the pandemic hit, it was 5 phones, 3 on the left side and 2 on the other side. All right, so they actually gave us 500 minutes each month for free, you know, and the left side was only for Paisas, the Midwest gang, which was us, and then the natives, and then the right side would be the Morenos, and the Chomos use that phone, and that's how it was. I don't know why they chose it that way, but we didn't. We like say it's more politics over there. We wouldn't allow them to use our phones at all.
Native Americans?
Yeah, natives. There was a lot of Chomos that were natives too.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
A lot of them.
I did not expect that.
I didn't expect it either. Like, when I was locked up in the camp, I met a lot of natives, and they were all in there for fucking drugs and everything. But when I got to the law, there was a lot of them that were. There was a lot of them that were chomos. I'm molesting their nieces and shit like that, and it was and nephews, sick motherfuckers in there too. Yeah.
Damn. So you were saying like they felt protected, or they felt like they were gonna get run up on?
They had their own clique in there. They run deep. There was a lot of chomos in there.
That run deep too. They're protecting themselves.
They be working now. They got their own fucking little cars. You got the little potitos right there too. You know, working out and everything. You know, they had their own cars and shit. You know, and yeah, sometimes, you know, it'll be time that they fight back, but shit, half the time they lose. You know, most of they always lost. You know. But they always fought back, you know, because they had time to do it there. They had to, you know, show that they weren't no bitches. But we all know they're bitches. They're sick fuckers, you know.
Yeah. So anytime you ran up on one, or anybody that saw you fighting one would help anyways. They're like, oh fuck, let's hit.
Fuck it, fuck him. Hey,
all
fuck
right.
it. It ain't shit else to beat his ass.
All right.
Yeah, but usually everything would happen in the bathroom, so, you know, there's no cameras in there. Because the unit I was in, like I said, we had cameras in our unit. Like, they'll be watching us at all times, and yeah, but in the bathroom, shit, anything goes.
And no stabbings, none of that shit, or was it mainly just ass whooping?
It was a lot of ass whoopings, no stabbings. There were shanks there, but there was no stabbings going on, you know. But a lot of ass whoopings, a lot of ass whoopings. It was a big rumble that happened there when I first the second night I got there. Sureño got into it with one of the Midwest gang, and we all had to be suited and booted. Got to be up early in the morning. Everybody, got to put your boots on, and go to the gym. And it was a little bit of us versus the Sureños run with the Paisas. So they had numbers on us, but we like I said, we had to show up, and they talked about it, and it was a misunderstanding, and they both checked themselves out the low to avoid problems. They look, you gotta leave, and he gotta leave, and that's it. But it was a lot of, it's been fights though. It was a lot of fights in there too though, a lot of fights over stupid shit, over money, over gambling, disrespect sometimes. Playing basketball, that's how the main fight started. Play basketball, and it's just like, oh, he hacked me, and it's like, don't play basketball in the feds because it's jail. People are gonna get dirty. They're gonna.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
and it was always like that. Next thing, it's always a fight, and then it was always a fight. And then after the games, then they kept keeping security guards in there. All the guards were in there, CEOs watching the game because shit kicked off. So now they're like, fuck that, and then they closed the gym down for like a day and shit. But yeah, it was a lot of shit.
Yeah, you got another one?
Mine was gonna be different from that.
Go ahead. That's
okay.
Cool.
I was gonna because going back to what we were saying about like security guards in school and kind of prepped you for prison, I guess sort of way. So how were the security guards or the guards or the COs? How were they there? Like
there were some cool and there were some assholes. You always over there when I was at the camp first, they got paid for every cell phone they found. So each cell phone they find is $100.
Oh damn!
That they get bonus. So there was some assholes that were there, that all they wanted to do was just search cell phones. But there were some officers that one of my guys was downstairs and the cell phone, the fucking CO passed through. He turned around, he's like, really, and just walked off. And like he didn't give a fuck.
Were those like vets? Like they probably been there for a minute.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, he was.
So he's probably like,
yeah.
I don't want to do the paperwork.
Yeah, he was fucking flat top. He didn't want to do no fucking paperwork. He's like, fuck that shit, But there was other motherfuckers like Hathaway and Baby Jack. We had our own nicknames for them. You know what I'm saying? And they were fucking. They'll come and they'll fucking tear shit up. Like they fucking had. Oh, and we had a bunch of. There was a counselor there too, and his name. What was his name? Hache. Hache, and he'll have a little aparato on him that. Like if you have a cell phone on, like how if your cell phone is on and your internet is ringing, it'll and it'll ring on, it'll pick it up, and he'll walk around with the thing on his pocket. He'll just boom go into the room. He'll be popping people off left and right.
Damn. So they got technology in there too.
He was not supposed to, but yeah, they had technology in there. They be wanting you all the time. They just stop you, want you, search the shit out of your room. That's only bad, like. They were constantly searching my room all the time, searching my room, flipping it upside down because I had traffic in there because I had my own little restaurant and they had my, I called it the bistro. We had a plancha. That's how we cooked our food, with the plancha. I had a plancha, cooked the tortillas with the plancha, hit the steak with the plancha, and then I actually had a flat top in there. I had a little flat top with a little metal thingy that heat up. So I just throw the onions, the peppers with the roast beef. I'm in there frying food. Yeah, it was, It was bad that I was away from the family, but
gotta get creative.
Gotta get creative in there, But they were always, the cops were always, they were always in there trying to find something, That's their job, I guess, But but when I was in the low, there was the skilled in the kitchen, not the kitchen in rec. He got caught bringing in the shit. He was the main supplier in there. The whole fucking low was flooded like, damn, everybody got shit, Everybody got weed, everybody got K2, everybody got fucking regular cigarette tobacco. I was like, what the fuck?
He got popped.
He got popped because, what he was doing is he was a fag. So he estaba cogiendo unos putitos for like some fucking guys that were just doing time. They're like, fuck it. Let them suck me up, bring in the work. And then one guy got popped off with a cell phone. And then they of course they squeeze his boss. What the feds do, They squeeze his boss and he fucking spilled the beans. Like, oh, this guy's bringing it in there. He got locked up. Even he signed statements against him. He got to leave. He had to leave to go to court to testify against him.
Damn.
Of course, to reduce his time too. Like I said, they're everywhere, But yeah, because he got caught with a cell phone, he didn't want to man up. And like when I got caught with my cell phone, the lieutenant told me, he's like, They're like, well, let me get a couple of bodies. Body means like give me somebody with a cell phone, you know. I like.
Or who gave it to you or what?
Yeah, like no, not who gave it to me. Like some people like tell me who got a cell phone with them right now that I could go inside the room, send somebody over there and fight them with a cell phone.
You're like, nope.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I'm an extra large. Like what? Like I'm an extra large in a jumpsuit. He got so fucking mad at me. Get the fuck out of here, you motherfucker, whatever. Like, you should see my shit. I know you see my background. I ain't in here for that. You know, he got mad at me. Send him to the fucking hole.
That's when you did your 41 days?
Yeah, my lovely 41 days.
Damn.
How crazy were you going in there, bro?
I read a lot. I wasn't reading because I was too busy.
So it's not like in the movies, bro, where it's dark? Nah, si hay luz?
Nah, they keep a lot of light there.
Okay.
It's kind of disturbing with the lights. You can't, like, the fucking light stays on forever. Like, they shut off the light, but there's always a light in there. They're always checking up in you, and then they come knocking you okay? You okay? What the fuck, bro? Like, and they come knocking like at 5 in the morning. Like, everybody comes and does it around. They'll knock on the window. Are you okay? Are you okay? Like, shut the fuck up. Let me sleep. And
you say
like,
that shit or no?
Yeah, fuck. What the fuck they gonna do? Put me in the hole? I'm already in the fucking hole. What the fuck they gonna do? The fuck out of here, bitch. I'm in here, bitch. Get me out of here. I'm not okay, bitch. Fuck you asking me if I'm okay. Fuck, I'm not.
Hey, bro, you can't swear on the podcast. I'm just letting you know.
Yo, you read... Yeah, this guy. You read a lot. What'd you read? Anything interesting that you remember? You're like, oh, that was dope.
I got into Michael Conley. That's the author name. I think it's Michael Conley.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's his name. Yeah, Michael Conley. Started reading. I read a book because I was in there with my celly and I used to fuck around with my celly. Like, you know, we used to fucking smoke bud and everything. And you know what I'm saying? I smoked bud with him. And then when I got into it, as a matter of fact, when I went to the hole, they were going to put me in the hole with some Puerto Rican cat that we actually beat up. You know what I'm saying? Because he kind of stole from me, you know. And I used to give him everything, you know. I used to feed him and everything.
And he still stole.
And he stole from me. That
Some
son
stamps.
of a bitch. No, he stole some
A Ricky Martin city? Stop playing.
Nah,
bro.
Ricky Martin.
Stop playing, bro.
he stole some Suboxone from me. So
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Suboxone is like heroin, synthetic heroin. It's the little orange sheets, you know. So he stole like 8 of them, and they were worth like 100 or something a pop. So,
oh shit.
Yeah. So
you said that shit like we were supposed to know what that was. Did you know what that was?
You know what though? Now that because
Okay.
I watched I forgot what fucking TV show and they talk about it.
Yeah.
They be hiding it in pages. Y la
Yeah,
chingada.
yeah.
The
So
one de las morras, okay. That popular one where the girls were in jail, or which one?
No, it's some other prison.
the
shit,
orange
so-
and new black.
This guy.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
They don't got that shit on that shit, bro.
So then
I didn't watch it.
We you know, he fucking robbed and we beat his ass and then he went to the shoot because he went right away. He went tricky. No, they beat me up, whatever. But when they came pick everybody up and see their knuckles, everybody was okay. You know what I'm saying? So they tried to put me in the same shoe as him and they're like, oh, we're gonna put you with Maldonado. Fuck him. I'm gonna say his name. You know, like, we're going to put you with Maldonado. And I'm like, all right, put me back. I'm going to fuck his ass up. You know what I'm saying? So then they end up moving the guy that was in the room with my guy, Reese. They moved him over there. And then when I got in, they're like, motherfucking ears. What the fuck you doing? Ears, woo, woo. He like, nigga, I had to come see you, pussy. You left me over there by myself, motherfucker. He like, damn, I feel good at you. You know what I'm saying? He was a cool black dude from Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? So we were in there kicking it, you know. We stood up all night chopping it up, and then the next day, like, man, it's fucking boring in here, nigga. Like, what the fuck we gonna be doing this shit, you know? Like, man, read a book, dog. Like, man, read this Michael Conley book, man. Like, it's good. So I read the book, and shit, I was knocking out a book a day, like that. And then after that, man, fuck that. We're working out, you fat ass. I'm like, we're gonna be doing body squats. We're doing push-ups in here, and fuck, it wasn't shit else to do. But like, you only get showers Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So we work out on Tuesday night to wake up. And because they switch the sheets and everything else, so like we will have to work out.
Fresco.
Yeah, we'll work out Sunday night, Tuesday night, and then Thursday night. And then of course they're gonna come get you, take a shower. Of course, like at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning to bother you. You know.
Boom.
See, that's one thing I hate. Like, you know, like sometimes I'd be like trying to get up, like, oh fuck, they're about to count, and I'm like, you know, like
It wasn't even time yet.
no, because I'm out, I'm free.
Oh, you still doing that now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's
Damn.
Twitching.
Yeah, twitching and shit. Like when I was in the halfway house, because they give you a key to your own room in the halfway house, and I came from the bathroom, I hear the key jingling. I got a cell phone in my hand. I fucking opened up the dumpster, the garbage can, I threw it in there, tweaking. You know, like, oh fuck, there's a CO. I'm like, fuck, what am I thinking? I'm out here, I'm free now. You know what I'm saying?
God damn.
Yeah, she was
PTSD,
So
bro.
you were still on that mode.
yeah.
You're trying to stay off. Of
Yeah,
it.
it's-
Damn, that's
like,
crazy.
I tried to, like-
you heard your own keys jingling.
Yeah,
And you
I
threw
fucking-
yourself
I
in the
fucking lifted up,
garbage.
boom. I'm like, Fuck, I called my girl. She was fucking laughing like a motherfucker. Like,
honestly, I wasn't sure if it was cool to laugh or not, bro. But that shit funny as hell, bro.
I think I told Primo about that, and they're like, man, it's just you're like, fuck. I was like, oh shit, I think it's the police coming, you know. And I just grabbed the phone and I threw it away, you know.
Damn, that's wild. That's wild, man.
I was gonna ask about, COVID, but I don't know if you have something.
No, go ahead, bro.
So I was gonna ask about COVID, bro, because I know you had caught COVID in there.
It was bad. At first, it was like, oh, as a matter of fact, they did real good because we were the only federal institution that didn't catch no COVID case for like 6 months.
Well, hold on. It's that what I was gonna ask too before you get into like that is because you would hear on the news that like in prison people were purposely trying to get COVID.
Yeah, sue them, to try to get out early and early release or whatever, you know. And
did some people get lucky?
Eventually, we won't find out till the pandemic is over. I'm sure they're gonna send me a letter home later on to sue, you know. Just like the dick doctor. When I was in county, I seen the dick doctor. You know what's a dick doctor?
Hell no.
They open your penis and stick a cotton swab this big metal and the cotton swab down your dick. Boom. And later on, after the years that I came out, you know, after I was out of county,
they weren't supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, they send me a check home. They send me 2 checks home for that. You know, that's what I'm saying. Later on in the year, that's why people were doing it, being money hungry, or just if you catch COVID and your underlying condition.
What was the purpose of that doctor though?
To make sure you were not sneaking nothing in through there.
Oh, they tripping, bro.
Yeah, they said it was to check you, to like make sure you didn't have no drugs in there. But who's gonna open up their pee holes?
That's what I'm saying, bro. If you snuck it in there, you deserve to have it in there, bro.
You keep that shit.
You deserve to bring it in, bro. Take it in there.
Yeah,
dude.
but that's the purpose that it was that people snuck drugs in there. That was just dumb to be cruel, you know.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, but in there, people were trying to catch it on. But we're Sandstone, like we were all like, fuck that. They made us wear our masks the first night because they're like, oh, the TV room is getting shut down. Like, damn, it's at the trouble. They leave the TV room open all night. They're like, nah. Like it's a new law, whatever. Like you got to stay in your cell. You can't move out of your room. You know what I'm saying? It's all open. You know, like what? That you can only go to the bathroom and come back. So motherfuckers started bucking and they're like, what the fuck you mean? And then, you know, they don't want all of us to buck and shit. And then people did buck. You see our security running, the whole unit got into it with the COs and there was a big rumble over there, you know. They mixed the whole unit. It was crazy, you know, when COVID hit because everybody was all like...
Panicking.
Yeah, panicking, you know, and... everybody's getting worried about, you know, your loved ones being out there, like, you know, COVID, you could catch it or whatever, you know, so everybody's, you know.
And you guys were seeing the same information we were getting fed on the TV, right?
CNN, all that, yeah.
Damn, so y'all were scared too.
Yeah, we were like, what the fuck was this, you know? And then everybody like, man, fuck that. Everybody will stay in their room, wash their hands, and, you know, everybody tried to stay away from everybody, you know. And then anxiety started kicking in on a lot of people in there, you know, like, what the fuck is going on? And that's why little by little it started... You know, they put TVs in the pillars. So they added like 6 more TVs in there. Then they let the TVs down 24 hours with movies, on movie channel 24 hours. Then that's when they gave us our 500 minutes. And then they were bringing us our breakfast, lunch, and dinner at first because the first person that caught the COVID in there was a fucking warden. And like 2 days before we found out he caught COVID, he came through every fucking unit checking up on everybody.
Spread it.
And spread the fucking shit out of it. And keep in mind, we did at least 6 months without nobody catching COVID. We're like, man, we're doing good. And I'm like, man, you know what? I got to give it up to these motherfuckers. And then when they got there, because everybody, you got your TrueLink, which is your computer. You got to use your computer in there. And then people get like information and emails about our institutions. Like, oh, look at how many numbers. This guy, where I was at in Duluth, the numbers were up. So if they would have left me over there, I would have came home way before, you know, December 29th, you know. But they got rid of half the compound. They sent everybody home.
Damn.
So out of like 600 people, they still were like 200 people. Like in less than 2-3 months. And over there in that low, they didn't want to get rid of nobody. They kept us all in that bitch. And then when they started spraying like wildfire. It spread from one person, and then one person had it in the kitchen, and then that one kitchen worker spread it, and then before you know it, it was just.
And out here, bro, whenever you caught COVID, like you didn't have to go to work for 2 weeks. You had to stay. Was it the same thing? Like somebody caught it in jail, you stayed in your cell the whole time. Somebody's treating you. Okay,
when it first started, like people that caught COVID, they were sending them to the chute. So you had to be in the chute. You know what I'm saying? But then a lot of people started catching it. So they're like, fuck, there's not enough room in the chute, you know? So then they started closing the unit down to make it the quarantine unit, you know? I mean, the COVID unit. So whoever caught COVID had to go to that unit and stay in that unit.
So they got better.
You know? And then it started spreading like wildfire. And then like, it came to the point that it was like 1,300 of us, and there was like 700 of us with it. And then my luck, I caught it 23 days before I came home.
Now you said it was pretty bad, bro. The way you got it, like you were knocked out bad.
I couldn't get off the bed. Well, the first time I was in the quarantine unit. They picked us all up. Everybody that was gonna go home or getting shipped out to another spot. They're like, oh, we're moving to Espacio. 44 days before I went home, before the December 29th day, they picked me up and they're like, pack it up, you're leaving. Before Thanksgiving, because I had planned the whole meal. We're going to make mole, arroz, frijoles, everything. We had everything set up. I bought everything to make everything. So I left it out there because I used to cook with the paisas over there. So I left everything to the paisas. Here, yeah, go enjoy your, you know. I bought the shit. I'm not going to just take it with me. I'm thinking I'm going home. I'm like, they're going to send me home early. Chingue su madre. Like, no, toma, you ain't going home, nigga. You got to stay here this whole 44 days, you know. So it was kind of cool that we had over there. It was like probably like 23 of us over there, you know, 23 inmates, you know. So like it was less people for a whole unit. We had a TV, you know what I'm saying? You had way more bathrooms.
Less worries.
You don't have to.
Like you're like, all right, everybody was cool.
Everybody that's going home, there's no politics no more.
Oh, damn, that's good.
And everybody's going home or they're going to a camp. Ain't nobody on shit. Ain't nobody gonna take off in that bitch. So everybody's like, fuck it. You know, it is what it is, you know?
Bien tranquis.
Tranquis, you know? Everybody right there, everybody watching the show, everybody had their own TV, kind of, you know? So then, like, I was there and like on the 20-something day, the 23rd day, about to go home. I'm like, man, I used to work out in there. I made my own weight bags in there with plastic bags and everything. We had our own weights. I used to work out with a guy over there. And a paisa named Caballo was work out in there, boom. And they were like, fuck it, man. And I'm like, damn, I'm like fucking sore. My whole body was sore. I'm like, damn, son of a bitch. I'm like, damn, Caballo, we're taking Friday off. You know what I'm saying? Because we worked out Thursday. Like, man, fuck, I'm sorry. Like, man, me too, my nigga. Like, no, honestly, we went real hard yesterday, right? Like, we really didn't do hard. We did a lot of reps. And like, maybe the reps got us fucked up, you know? And then Saturday came, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, damn, my body's aching, dog. Like, the fuck? I feel like I caught a violation again, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, then they come test us on Sunday. That Sunday come test us out of all the 23. It was like 17 of us that tested positive for COVID. So then they moved us to one unit to another unit. So all 17 of us are in a whole big unit, big ass unit. Now it's like fucking 8 TVs in there, you know, and then we're all by ourselves. We're like, fuck it, we're in here, you know. Yeah.
You're watching 6 shows at a time?
Fuck am I? Hey, don't touch that TV, and that TV is mine too, cabrón. Leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it was good. And then the next day they moved us to another unit. I'm like, what the fuck? So like, we got ready, whatever, and then we cleaned up the bathrooms and everything because, you know, the units were dirty, you know, so we cleaned up the bathrooms, sanitized everything, and then they're like, oh, no, you're like going to H unit. And I'm like, what the fuck? We were in H unit, then we went to B unit, and there's more than 2 units, so now the unit that I get to, the unit that I went to, there was over 100 and something of us in there that had it, you know, and that unit was so small, oh my God, it was reckless. So when I got there, like, I felt the body aches on Sunday, and then on Monday came, I couldn't get off the bed. I was so body ached, and I'm like, you know, everybody's like, oh, is this a hoax or whatever? Like, fuck that. I fought that shit. Like, I didn't eat nothing for like 2-3 days. I lost like 7 pounds.
Yo, but when you were feeling like that, bro, how were the COs treating you?
They didn't give a fuck.
Like, they still get up for count, all that shit?
Yeah, all that shit. Get up.
Damn.
You couldn't stay in bed. You had to get up, puteada. You got to have your mask on, all fucked up. And if they didn't, they try to, you know, people, they try to set you up for failure. You know, you didn't, you top bad to the hole. Let's go.
Damn, that's even worse. You had COVID in the hole.
Yeah,
damn.
you know, and then when I was in there, we couldn't even get commissary. You know what's commissary, right?
Yeah.
You get a shot, but we couldn't even get commissary.
Because
when they sent us over there for 44 days, we couldn't get commissary. So whatever I had to make it last. You know what I'm saying? But then we used to send Wheelas downstairs because we were on another unit to send us all the shit up. We'll send them the books down, or we send money to their books, and then or sell us stuff phone up. I'll call my people, send money, whatever, you know. So we send the Wheelas down, you know. So we had food there, but when they moved us to the other unit, like, ain't nobody downstairs. We can't send no Wheelas downstairs, you know. And then we couldn't get no commissary. So there's no Tylenol, there's no pain medication. You can't take shit. You just had to fucking fight that shit.
You couldn't take anything.
Nothing, because we couldn't buy nothing.
Damn.
We couldn't get no commissary. And when the nurses go check on us, all they do is check the temperature, and that's it.
They're not giving you no medication,
nothing.
Damn, that's messed up, man.
Yeah, it was real fucked up.
So you had to deal with it without any kind of medication, nothing.
I only had like a bottle. One of the Detroit guys gave me a bottle with like 8 aspirins in it, and like I chewed 2 of them. Like in the morning when I just chewing them, and I couldn't even drink water, nothing. I just chewed them and just stayed there in bed. Like I was so fucked up.
Shivers
Chewing
and
for
all
breakfast.
kinds
So you couldn't even get water?
I was too weak to get water. I tried to drink water, me daba asco.
Oh,
Like
shit.
I'll drink a little bit of water and I want to throw up, you know? So
you was going through it, bro.
yeah, and then we only had, keep in mind, it was over 100 and something of us in there. Let's say 160, just to say a long number. It's only like 4 shitters in there and 2 pissers.
Oh, fuck.
And then keep in mind, one of the things that gives us diarrhea and throwing up, you know. So it was tough. And then we were all in there. And then they came to the point that we ran out of toilet paper and they didn't want to bring us toilet paper. We got treated pretty bad in there.
With the COVID thing.
Yeah, and then they didn't want to, like, you know, and then after a while, everybody, I guess, you know, people started calling or whatever. And then after a while, like the week before I came home, that's when they're like, oh, we're doing commissary where, you know, everybody could go ahead and shop and, you know, go get their medications or whatever, you know. And then after the 10 days, Pat, that they cleared, they're like, well, nobody's moving because all the other units, everybody had caught COVID already. Caught COVID. So it was like everybody in every unit had COVID, but what they wanted to do was make sure everybody got it, and then so they could go ahead and reopen up the...
Did anybody pass, bro, that you know, or that...
I know of one person.
In
yeah.
jail?
Yeah. They sent him to the hospital. He never came back. Yeah.
And was it one of those people that didn't work out, like just unhealthy?
Well,
type
he was
dude?
elderly. He was sick a lot. We used to call him Lawman, brother Lawman. He was a Moreno. He knew all the law. He would write shit up. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that helped me beat my shot. You know what I'm saying? My phone shot. You know, so it's like, you know, like he went and came back there. Then we were like, oh, he died. You know, and then that's just one person that we know of. We don't know the other units, but yeah, the people were dying. It was all over the. Like I said, MS used to get emails like, oh, look at this guy died. CO died over here, whatever. So they're like, everybody thought, oh, we're gonna go home sooner. Well, I didn't get home sooner. They gave me 44. They gave me extra time in that motherfucker because of COVID. They said that I couldn't go to the halfway house because of the new CDC guidelines. We couldn't have so many people on the floor, whatever. But when I got there, like, motherfucker, half the shit is empty. Like, what the fuck? You could have kept me. I could have came home sooner, motherfucker. But you know, everything happens for a reason.
No regrets, bro.
No regrets.
That's wild, bro.
That is.
So
sounds like the last 44 days were the worst, bro.
The last 23 days were the worst.
Jeez.
That's crazy. But yeah, once you got out, you went to the halfway house.
Yeah, and then we had to quarantine in there. So, which was crazy because, like, we just went through this shit. We already went through a quarantine in there, and then we leave. They're like, oh, but you went in a bus, whatever. I'm like, so you got to come back in and get quarantined. So you couldn't get no... See, like, in the halfway house, usually, like, oh, you get your own room. You could order food, que la chingada, but none of that because of COVID, you can't order food at all. So it's like you only get one drop off and that's it. Whatever you come in with. So I had my girl meet me in the front with all my clothes, my tele, you know what I'm saying, the snacks that I had, you know, and excuse me, and after we went in, it was like, that's it. You had to eat the food that was in here, you know, type shit, you know. Couldn't go. You had to go from your room to the bathroom and stay in your room basically.
What was your first meal when you were out?
Well, actually, before I went to the halfway house, I had my mom, my dad made me some tacos de lengua with some salsa verde and some cilantro. Like, that's the first thing I needed to eat. That and a sangria. Fuck.
Fire.
Was it? Shit, that was... And then after that, I was like, man, it's all the food I could, you know?
What was the second meal? You remember?
The second meal probably was Jimmy's hot dogs.
Do you know about that, bro?
Yeah.
I had actually, because, like I said, I'm a criminal, you know? I'm not here for a reason, you know what I'm saying? So I had my friend, we had the windows open so much, so we're on, I'm on the second floor, so I had my friend like, hey, come through, you know what I'm saying? I need some Jimmy's. So I had a bag, the bag that I came with, a mesh bag, boom, I tied up a bunch of shoestring, boom, send the wheel downstairs, boom, put the hot dogs in, I rolled it up.
Hot dogs, second meal,
and then after that,
fire también.
Fire. There's some tacos de carne asada, a torta afterwards, and just a bunch of food. Then KFC, then Popeyes, then McDonald's. I was in there selling food.
También.
Y'all want a sandwich? Yeah, what you want? Boom. It costs this much. Yeah, I'm gonna charge you the double. Just cash out that money real quick. And fuck it, you gotta make.
Oye, este
gotta make moves everywhere.
Cash app de volada.
We all have cell phones. You got cash app? Yeah. Hold on, let me see. Ping. All right, you got it. All right, here's your sandwich. You gotta pop too.
You gotta pop.
Damn. That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
So now going through all that, bro, where do you think you are mentally now from before you going in?
I think I'm in a good state of mind right now. I was actually thinking about buying me a food truck now, since I like cooking, you know.
Nice.
Trying to buy a food truck, and I want to start with cause people don't know the weed business is gonna go out quick. You know what I'm saying? Like people are gonna be buying weed like Newports in like 2025 or something like that. So I want to make my own like food truck but infused food. You know what I'm saying? And you know, because it's all hip. Everybody's like, fuck it, it's legal now. You know, like before, like, oh, look at him smoking weed. Now it's like, oh, well, it's legal. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you go through the park, people smoking weed, and white people are jogging through, like, how's it going? You know, but before it wasn't illegal. They're like, look at that criminal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you open up a food truck with like infused food or something like that. You know,
What kind of food are you thinking? Like,
I'm not sure yet, but something with infused. You know, you gotta.
You want to kick it in there?
Yeah, THC got to be in there.
damn.
Yeah. And then
I'm
from there,
interested.
and then after that, you know, open up my own restaurant, you know.
Hell yeah.
Probably a couple of them, you know. Just, I love cooking, you know. That's
Yeah.
what I do, you know. I'm a cook, you know. So, you know, I got blessed. Like I said, I got out of the halfway house on February 1st. I got on house arrest, and then I didn't get out house arrest to March 5th, and then I got blessed to get called that 5th. But I want to start working March 8th. I started working March 8th at the hospital as a cook, so everything fell in line. So I feel like the tables had turned for me, for better, you know, like at first I wasn't that like all salty and negative. Now that I came out, I keep positive, and so far everything's been going perfect, you know. Even though it sucked not seeing my son learn how to ride a bike. I couldn't teach him that. I just see it through a phone, you know. But like now that I'm out here, you know, it's just like there's more activities I do with them now, and just keep going forward. Just like everything's going good, so why look back, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, bro. That's
a
what's
real
up.
positive mentality, bro.
Hell yeah. So we're gonna start wrapping this up, but I want you to I don't know, man, maybe there's some shorties looking at this, man, watching this. What's kind of that message, man, that you could probably give to them that, you know, I mean, because you came from there, you already been through it, you know what it is. So it's not like me lo contaron. You know, you got your own experience.
Just, you know, be careful who you mess with. It's not worth it all, you know, just it's not like I used to be before, you know. Everything was before about loyalty and like, you know, keep to yourself and the code of secrecy. It's not like that no more. Right now it's like being a rat's like the thing to do. You know, and it's like why do 20 when I could give my friend a 20? You know, Lucky got 20. I got free. Yeah. Lucky got 20. Yeah, it's just be careful who you mess with. If you're gonna fuck around, it's not worth it at the end of the day, because sooner or later somebody's always gonna be envidioso, and especially now people are always robbing you, killing you. I lost a friend in there. He got killed over a quarter pound of weed. It's just
Nonsense.
It's nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It's something that don't. If you want to die and go to jail, do it, because that's all it's gonna lead you to. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing good that's gonna come out of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, unless you want to go and take a vacation like I did and go to college for a few, and you know, if you need a vacation and not deal with your kids for a few, but other than that, it's nothing positive that comes out of it. Yeah, you might make your money here and there, but at the end of the day, it's tainted money. You know?
Yeah.
You don't want to
Easy money goes quick too.
Yeah, of course. The more you have, the more it goes. You know.
I have one more question,
Go ahead,
bro.
bro.
On a more personal level, bro, you just mentioned, you know, that you didn't get to see your son, you know, learn how to ride a bike and shit like that. So what is that like the most painful thing that you went through as like being away from your son or seeing him grow up, or like what to you, obviously going to jail was, you know, you got in jail mode and you fucking rocked through it, right? But emotionally, like what really fucked you up that you're like, yo, that shit hurt. When
I lost my sister, like, I lost my uncle. Well, I couldn't be out here. That really, you know, and I lost a couple of the guys too. A couple of the folks I lost, and that really, you know, I couldn't be out here, you know, like, you know, and that's the number one thing I asked the Lord and I asked God, like, man, let me go in here, come on, everything be okay, you know. I just didn't want to lose nobody, you know. Yeah, it hurt me not seeing my son ride the bike, but there's something I could always teach him later on. Like right now, I'm teaching him how to bat left-handed now, you know. I'm trying to, you know, it's always something
different
for things
yeah.
to learn. But me not being here when I lost my, you know, people that got, you know, that died, you know, it's just, that was the most painful part right there. You know, even though having a cell phone and being on FaceTime and being in the service, whatever, it don't bring of being there with the family and support them.
On certain times like that.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask that question, bro. It's important. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll wrap this up. Any shout outs, any kind of...
Shout out to my girl, Esmeralda, for holding the nigga down the whole time. To my kids, and I and Chico, and shout out to the folks. Ambo.
I might edit that out. No.
This guy. We appreciate you coming on, man.
Thanks, I appreciate having
Primo.
you.
Thank you for coming on. You know, se agradece your time and you willing to come on here and talk about this. You know, it's hard, bro. It's hard to talk about shit like this. So, we appreciate it.
And one thing, FTF. Fuck the feds.
This is Compas Unfiltered. Ahí estamos.
Compas Unfiltered.
Deuces.
Peace.